Coming up on Softball 360, it's Texas tournament time with the women of Team Torture.
All right, y'all. Hey, you know what? That was your butt ugly game. I don't want to see another one of those. It's Sunday.
Head coach Julie Nichols plays and plays around with the best of them.
I got your pop-up, brother. Right here.
Also, the Long Haul Bombers invade the home of the minor league St. Paul Saints.
Just can't turn that down.
And then, the National Pro Fast Pitch League kicks off the 2005 season. Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch and the Chicago Bandits take on Team Australia. And finally, get to know arguably slow pitch softball's biggest star, Rusty Bumgardner.
Hey everybody, welcome to Softball 360. This week we're coming to you from Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of the Brewers, where we continue our coverage of the Long Haul Bombers. But before we get to our All-Star Sluggers, we continue our coverage of the WSL Mikan Championship Series as teams compete to play in the WSL Championship in Panama City Beach, Florida. Now, all season we've showcased the men, but this week we're going to showcase our first women's team. It's Team Torture, and we followed their coach, Julie Nichols, and the rest of the ladies to the Budweiser Festival in College Station, Texas. Here's a look at who plays the game.
I'm Julie Nichols. I play with the ladies Team Torture out of Austin and Houston, Texas. This weekend, my team, Team Torture, is playing in the 20th annual Budweiser Softball Festival in Bryan College Station. All right, y'all. Hey, you know what? That was your butt ugly game. I don't want to see another one of those. It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
Sunday. I thought I'd take myself.
I've played in this tournament for over 12 years, but it's turned into a festival. It's turned into a class reunion of softball teams. A lot of people who used to play still show up, even if they're not playing with anybody, just for the camaraderie and whatnot. And you'll notice people will go from field to field to field to see players. Some teams just throw together teams just so they can come and play. I work at the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission, have been here for 23 plus years. Our agency regulates the sale, service, and distribution of alcoholic beverages into and out of the state of Texas. I'm very dedicated to my job while I'm here, but when I'm not at work and I'm on the golf course, I'll throw it down with the best of them. I don't know how my motor skills are today, or I think I need to warm up. This year we had a goal. This year we wanted to get to Panama City, and we put that on the table. If we don't do anything, we want to be in the top 4, get to Panama City, and show what we can do. We've been on 8 since the 2nd inning, all right? And nobody in worse shape than I was from last night. Let's get off our ass and hit. This team doesn't even belong on the field with us right now on 3, Torture. Lipstick. 1, 2, 3, Torture! Let's go, everybody hit. The prize package was enough incentive for us to come and kind of behave ourselves. Now, we act up and cut up and flirt and make fun of people, but we do it all in good fun. She's doctoring that ball blue. Vaseline, I gave it to her. It's actually not Vaseline, it's KY warming jelly.
Oh, that's great.
You gotta hit it. I want to be at the one at the plate when the game's on line. There's not a girl on my team I don't want to be at the plate. There's not anybody I don't have confidence in, because I know that they love this team enough that they're going to do their best, but I know I can do it, so I want to be the one at the plate. I remember us being down by 2 runs and 2 outs, and I remember coming up to bat, and the guy behind the fence talking about another pop-up, which we'd probably hit a few. I hadn't hit any.
Here goes another pop-up.
There you go! And I like for people to heckle us when they're cheering for their own team. Of course, it happened to just be me at bat, so I had to let him know that I had his pop-up. I got your pop-up, brother. Right here. I joke with them all the time. I get on base and I'll turn around and tell my dugout, this game's so easy, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes people just struggle. This game is so easy. Last inning of the championship game, my girl Stu whiffed one to end the game. But God love her, there's no better way I'd want to end a game and pack up our things and go home and make her the butt of our jokes. 1, 2, 3, Tiger! Most of the time, if we lose, it's the coach's fault. If we win, I take credit for it. Am I coach of the year or what? Did I tell you? The only thing I ask of my team this year is that they be a good sport and they make me proud to play with them.
Good job when you hit the ball. That's my team. I didn't even have to go civil on you today.
Okay, Softball 360. I hope you had fun with my team in Bryan College Station. We'll see you in Panama City. That's what I'm talking about. She's got some movement on the ball today. I reported her to him. That's all I have to do. He's official. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I got ears real good. I crack me up. Or later. Get her. Whoa!
Wow, you want to talk about your heartbreakers, but the good news for Team Torture, second place was still good enough to get them into the championships in Panama City Beach, Florida. We'll see more from Julie Nichols and the rest of the ladies later on this summer. Here's a look at some of the other winners from College Station.
Hey, I'm Fred Willard, and you're watching Softball 360.
Coming up next, get up close and personal with softball slugger Rusty Bumgardner.
I'm Rusty's mother, Sandra Bumgardner. When the sun comes out and the grass turns green, I don't know who's more excited about going to the ballpark, Rusty or me.
But first, don't miss Rusty and the rest of the Long Haul Bombers as they take over the Twin Cities.
And these guys, look at that. I mean, they're hitting the ball 500 feet, and it's like it's no big deal.
And later, it's an international showdown. U.S. gold medalist Jenny Finch and the Chicago Bandits kick off their season against Team Australia.
Softball 360 is brought to you by Miken Sports, technology without limits. Trump, the official ball of the WSL. Field General, catch what your glove has missed. And Softball Today, the official magazine of the WSL.
The year was 1975. ASA National Softball Hall of Famer Judy Hedgecock was named the ASA Women's Major Slow Pitch National Championship MVP, batting .579. Hey everybody, welcome back to Softball 360. We're coming to you from Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the Long Haul Bombers Stadium Power Tour continued. But before the guys in red got to hit jacks here, they were busy hitting them at Midway Stadium in St. Paul. Here's a look at what happened in the Twin Cities.
Here we go again.
We're here at Midway Stadium, home of the St. Paul Saints, and the site of this time's Long Haul Bombers Stadium Power Tour. Now, last year when we were here, these fans saw quite a sight. Brett Helmer hit a light post. Scott Brown hit a moving train. What will happen this time? Let's find out.
Let's do this.
This time, it was Kenny Briggs and Bob Waldyke of Team Miken taking on the big man, Rusty Bumgardner of Team Mizuno. And I think, Kenny Briggs, this might be perfect for you to get a piece of Rusty. I think you guys are due.
Awesome. It'll be a good deal. It'll be a great show tonight. It's going to be a real good show. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Here's how it works. Each player gets 15 pitches. Each home run is worth 1,000 points, except for the final ball, which is worth 2,000 points. Bob Waldyke would bat first. Last year, Team Easton's Brett Helmer blasted a home run into the light stand. This time around, Waldyke would go one up on Helmer. He hit a couple of bombs over the lights. He would finish with 7,000 points.
Well, they're scary. I'll tell you that much. These guys can hit the ball an absolute mile. It's impressive watching that ball fly.
Up next was Rusty Bumgardner. Rusty would be batting twice for Team Mizuno tonight, but only his first at-bat would go towards his own personal points, so he made sure to make it count. Rusty crushed 12 out of 15 bombs, including the money ball for 13,000 points.
I'll take that every weekend. I don't know if it'll be enough tonight with Kenny. Of course, I got another round if I can catch my breath.
Team Miken's Kenny Briggs would follow. Briggs has been on a roll lately, and he kept his hot streak alive tonight. He quickly knocked 9 bombs out of the park. Then to add a bit of drama, Briggs bounced the money ball just off the top of the fence and left. That gave him 11,000 total points. Crowd's getting into it. You having fun?
This is awesome. The fans been great. This is great. I don't know if I'm trying to catch my breath. Great venue. Great venue.
Finally, Rusty returned to the plate for Mizuno. And not only did he add 7,000 more points to his team's total, but he gave his fans exactly what they wanted to see. Rusty sank a bomb right into the hot tub in left field. For the second time this season, Rusty single-handedly defeated Team Michael. Here are the results after 4 events. After Rusty's all-star showing tonight, Team Mizuno walks away with the overall lead, followed closely by Mikan and Easton. As for Team Combat, they'll be getting into the action on our next episode.
Oh yeah, I agree. You are hot. You are hot.
Here we go again.
I'm the 2004 Triple Crown winner, Jeff Hall. Here are my tips on how you can become a better hitter. Now we're going to talk about home run versus base hitting. First, we'll talk about the home run ball. Something I love to do. People out there know I love to do it. Again, know the pitcher. Know what he's throwing. You've got to know your pitch. The biggest thing to hitting a softball is knowing what you can drive out of the ballpark. Ideal for me on hitting a home run ball is just simple. It's just hitting the bottom half of that ball, spinning it, getting good rotation, and lifting it. And you got to be a little more finesse on the base hitting side of it to me, because you're trying to hit that ball right dead in the middle. The reason you want to try to hit that ball in the middle is that way you're going to shoot the gaps, you're going to shoot the holes, and hopefully you get some, what we call Pete Sampras's over the infield.
Still to come on Softball 360. Softball superstar Rusty Bumgardner takes us to his hometown in North Carolina.
I can remember Rusty when he was in the 8th grade, and you'd find it hard to believe now, but he was a tall, skinny, lanky, pretty weak guy.
But first, the Chicago Bandits take on Team Australia in the Windy City.
I'm really looking forward to facing Australia in opening day. It's sold out. It's going to be a dogfight out here on the field. They don't mess around.
This week, Matt Cardwell writes, I would like to know what kind of workout program these big-time softball players use during the season and off-season to create such strength, and we'll have that answer coming up.
Hey, this is Johnny McCraw with Team Combat. Thank you for your questions. The off-season workout program, what I do, usually most guys will go heavy in the off-season, about 4 days a week. Really working the legs a lot in the off-season, go heavy on the legs. In season, about 3 days a week, a lot of lightweight, a lot of reps. Not as much leg work, don't want to have them tight for the weekends. And there you have it.
And welcome back to Softball 360, coming to you this week from beautiful Miller Park in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home, of course, of the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, last year, all the softball talk around the nation was dominated by Team USA. So the ladies went to Athens and collected their 3rd consecutive gold medal. This year, many of the stars from that team are playing professionally in the National Fast Pitch Pro League, including Lauren Bay and Jenny Finch, 2 of the stars from last year's Olympics, who are now in Chicago with the expansion Chicago Bandits. We recently visited the Windy City for their season opener.
The Chicago Bandits opened their 2005 season with international flair as they invited the Australian national team for a weekend series. But there was more on the line than just a win in the record books. You see, during last year's Olympics, the Australians took home the silver medal, falling to Team USA in the championship game. This time, they would have their rematch against some of those very same players, including all-star pitcher Jenny Finch.
Playing Australia, it's great. You know that they're going to put a great game out here for you. And Australia battles, they're tough. They're a big offensive team. They can hit the ball a ton. We haven't seen them since the Olympics. So it's nice just to play against great competition.
It's really refreshing to play against Team Australia because you see all the United States players and you see them over and over and you know so much about them. And you bring in a team that you really know nothing about, and it's just refreshing. They have a different, more laid-back style of play.
Well, arriving here with all these fans, we certainly don't get this many back home in Australia. It's always exciting getting on the plane, coming over here to play in the States, because you know there's a huge fan base for softball, and they're knowledgeable fans, and obviously the quality of the ball players you get to play against is exciting for us.
Over 2,500 fans filled the Bandits Stadium at Benedictine University to watch this global matchup. And the women on the field played to everyone's best expectations. It was a pitcher's duel going into the 6th inning, with the crowd going wild as Jenny Finch racked up strikeout after strikeout. Then finally, a misplayed pop-up opened the doors for the Bandits. Their offense exploded, scoring 6 runs in just 1 inning. The Australians, they did battle back in the 7th, but they couldn't overcome the 6-run deficit. The Chicago Bandits won their first game in franchise history, 6-2. The National Pro Fast Pitch League will be thrilling audiences all summer long, but NPF President Bill Conroy doesn't see that as its only goal.
The league, I think the league is important because it gives an opportunity for all young ladies to end up having something to shoot for. Really, there's only been 18 players that are able to play after college, and that's for the national team and the Olympic team. And this gives girls something to shoot for, to aspire to be pro athletes, with players like Jenny Finch and Lauren Bay and other marquee players, and the 10 other Olympic players from the U.S. That are in the league. It helps promote the game and gives the young ladies that are the 6 to 14-year-olds that are here at our games something to aspire to. Coming up next, get to know the man, the myth, the legend, Rusty Bumgardner.
Softball 360 is brought to you by ASA, the national governing body of softball, Avis, we try harder, and Tonell, the official shoe of the WSL.
Well, when people think of softball and long jacks, one name usually comes to mind, and that's Rusty Bumgardner. Earlier in the show, you saw his prowess at Midway Stadium. Now it's time to get to know the star a little better. Here's our slow pitch spotlight.
Hello, I'm Rusty Bumgardner, and welcome to my hometown of Gastonia, North Carolina.
I'm Rusty's mother, Sandra Bumgardner. He started playing ball when he was 5 years old, and we've been playing ball ever since.
I can remember Rusty when he was in the 8th grade, and you'd find it hard to believe now, but he was a tall, skinny, lanky, pretty weak guy.
I'm Paige Bumgardner. I'm Rusty Bumgardner's wife, and we've been married for 4 years now. Actually been together 6, and I don't know what else to say.
Rusty Bumgardner, I seen that kid come into the game the first time he ever played at the big level. And I knew then that he would be one of the best home run hitters the game's ever seen. And he certainly has proved that over the years.
Rusty took the lead by knocking out 10 big bombs, not just over the big blue monster in left field, but into the parking lot.
I grew up in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. I played baseball since I was 6, 7 years old. Started playing football when I was in the 7th grade, and continued both through high school and through college at Wake Forest University.
As he began to get physically stronger, all the rest of the things that he did just got better and better. And he became a better baseball player, and he started hitting the baseball out. And then all of a sudden, he understood that he had some God-given ability that everybody doesn't have.
There have been lots of great moments with Rusty. He's lots of fun. Well, it was pretty great when he hit the ball out of the Metrodome, 515 feet.
The longest ball ever hit in this park was 483 feet, until Rusty blasted a bomb to deep left. He hit the scoreboard, and Twins official scorer Tom Mean measured the shot at 515 feet.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to go to most all the tournaments over the past several years. I really enjoy watching him play.
With his wife Paige eagerly watching from the on-deck circle, Rusty put on another amazing show.
This year, I'm actually going to miss most of them because we're expecting a baby. I'm 5 months pregnant, so that'll be a change in our life, and it'll be hard because I know I'm going to miss a lot of the tournaments, but it'll be well worth it.
First child, she's due. We're having a little girl. We just found out a couple weeks ago. I hope I'm a good parent.
I think he'll be a wonderful dad. He's great with children.
I've coached baseball and or football since 1992. Come on, you're quicker than that. Throw the hands. Point at it when you hit it. And I've coached several schools in Gaston County. I've coached at Bessemer City High School, where I'm back now. Great group of kids. They're playing very well right now, and you know, we have great expectations of a conference championship, maybe even a state championship.
Come and get it! Come and get it! He's coming! God, we lost.
Tell him you're the next. Right there, yes, yeah. I got the mic on. He can hear you. You tell him. Really? Yeah, look over and tell him.
I'm the next person.
Great coach. Awesome coach, I'll tell you that right now.
The unique thing about Rusty is everything he does wide open. And he wants to be good, and he ends up being not only good, but almost excellent.
When the sun comes out and the grass turns green, I don't know who's more excited about going to the ballpark, Rusty or me.
I hear you there. I'd just like all the people out there to know that these people support me and always have. And I love them, and I appreciate that. And I wouldn't be where I'm at without these people.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Softball 360. Be sure to be with us again next week when we'll show you what transpired with the Long Haul Bombers here at Miller Park. Plus, we'll follow an Air Force team from their military base to the softball diamond. For more information on Softball 360, be sure to visit our website at softball360.com. For everybody at Softball 360 and the wonderful fans here at Miller Park, this is Dave Ben saying so long. See you next week.
Get your Dad Blame Ugly mug on the camera.